Whether you're a model that needs to build a portfolio or you're a photographer that needs to photograph a model, this video is for you. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, show me some love in the comments. I always want to hear from you. We're photographing in Southtown Studios. This is a peer space here in Austin. I wish this studio space was mine. It's not. But we're photographing Victoria, who is budding in her modeling career. We want to create a portfolio card that she can send to agencies for consideration. Now, the thing, whether you are a model or a photographer, you must know about submitting to agencies is the photos need to be very bland and very evenly lit. Of course, if you can, you're gonna wanna submit beautiful character and different types of shoots that you've done. But for a basic agency consideration, they're going to want to see these fairly standard photos. So what we'll do is we will photograph Victoria dead on to the side, both close up and full body, in a couple of different outfits. One that's just plain black, and then one that's green that's going to bring out her eyes. The lighting that we're going to use on this white backdrop is going to be extremely simple, as is her hair and makeup. When an agency is looking at a potential model to represent, they need to see the blank slate that they're starting with so that they can best recommend that model for different jobs, knowing exactly what's underneath and how chameleon a model can get. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm using Profoto B10s and an extra large translucent umbrella to have a beautiful, large, soft light, which is also going to be really helpful because Victoria is not really wearing a lot of makeup. I'm going to photograph her in a way that's very flattering. It's going to eliminate any fine lines, dark circles under the eyes, any blemishes, and even out skin tone by using a really large, soft light. So we'll get these different angles, really show off her facial features, her body features, exactly the shapes that will go with the measurements that you send to the agencies. I'm not going to retouch these photos. I'm basically just going to edit them for any color and consistency that we need. There's not retouching on these. When it comes to modeling agencies, you have to show them what's actually there. In fact, so many agencies ask for selfies in a card just to make sure that the photos that you're giving them are an accurate representation of who you really are. Oh, we are going to use a 50mm lens. That's just like a nice standard like lens, you know, when it comes to, again, modeling portfolios. Yeah, you could do like 70 to 200, but 50mm is like what the eye sees when you put it on a full frame camera. So it's like the most standard if you're going for that kind of real life look. If you want to go larger than life, well, that's another story, and probably not for a modeling portfolio. But you know, you do you. You do, well, not even, no, you don't do you. You do what makes the model look good. So go ahead, you're gonna stand there. That's probably good. We're just testing lightsies. Just because the people asked, that's at 7 to 8 power. Let me just double check, make sure that was a black frame. Almost black frame. Let's go to 9, which is really just half. Oh no, we're at 10, that's 10 right there. The nice things about the B10s, yeah, that looks good. Ooh, you look good, girl. The nice thing about the B10s is if we need to, we can plug it in. I brought enough battery power, but if we need to, you can shoot and plug at the same time. What I didn't bring is an extension cord, but yeah, we could just plug it in. But I don't think we'll need it. So you're gonna be here. You can just roll your shoulders back a whole bunch, and then you are gonna do like a little arch in your back.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, and bring your hair in front.
Okay.
And can I even out your shirt?
Yes.
And for all the creeps watching this, always ask before you touch your models. All right, good. And then I love how like you're relaxed, but you're still like having some separation there. That's perfect. And go like this and drop it down. Perfect. So right there, good. And now you can like smirk, do a little smile, and then an actual smile. Good. And then go ahead, turn 45 degree. So come back a little bit more. I think we'll do a side angle for sure. Maybe that front hand put here. Yeah, that's good. Because we want to show off a little bit. And then look right here. That's a little bit more. Good. Straighten both your legs. Good. And then now go totally 90 degrees that way. Yeah. And then, so you're here.
Yeah.
Come.
Back here.
There you go. And put all your hair behind you actually for this one, because then we can see neckline, collarbone. Good. And then go ahead for one, just come here. So take your elbows and squeeze them. Yep. And then sit up a little more. Good. And then you could plop your hands down again. Just roll your shoulder back. It always feels like we're sitting up, but just a little. Yeah, we all do, because we all look at our phones all day. That's great. I'm gonna switch my lens to the 85. Looks a little bit better when we do close-ups. Now I'm gonna be here. Actually, we're gonna come a little closer. There. And now for this one, yeah, it's more like it's here to here. You want to be straight on, which sucks. But we'll do side too. But you do want definitely straight on because they want to see. So take your head tilt this way a little, yep, and then tilt your head that way. Good, right there. And then you could do some smiling ones. Good. Do dead on smile. So yeah, right there, and then do a smile. Tilt your head a little that way. You're cheating. You're going to your side you like. That's perfect though. That's good. And now go ahead, turn this way a little and look straight that way first. So we'll get that side profile. And then look towards Rob. And this is where we're gonna start like cheating a little. So roll that shoulder back a little and then look like towards Rob and like stick your forehead towards him. Yeah. And actually look right here. Move your whole head. Keep going right there. Yeah. So bring your nose this way and then eyes a little bit more that way, right there. That's good. Now let's have a little bit more fun, now that that's done. That's like just the basics. So I wanna do some more full length of you, but I'm going to back up a little bit more, use this lens, and we'll cheat a little bit. So hands on your natural waist and then tilt it this way. Yes, then do a smile for one. Nice. And then drop one hand down. Yes. And now move your head around. Keep that body figure like that. It looks really good on you. Yes. Good. And then head towards me a little more. Smile for one. Good. Chin down a little. Oh, I love that. Perfect. And now do a couple where like you're doing like this. Yeah, and I like, turn a little that way. Let me see. Yeah, that's your better angle. And we're shooting lower, and that will make Victoria look taller. Love that. Good. And then bring your head all the way towards me. Breathe through your mouth. Good. Awesome. Let me get a couple close-ups. Perfect. So do shoulder up, shoulder down. Come at me for one. Come like, yeah. Yep. Good. Come a little bit less. So when you come at me, think like shoulder blades and chin. Yes. And then come that way a little. Perfect. Do a couple smiles there. And a little breathe through your mouth. Do like a smirk, like mouth closed smirk, like, yes, perfect. Oh, love it. Okay, go change into the green. So those are like, we're kind of like plain ones. So the next thing I wanna do is I wanna start using this as more of a fill, and I'm gonna set up another light that has the beauty dish on it, where I'm gonna be lighting her face. So now that we're past like those standard, very plain, easy to see reality model shots, now we're gonna have a little bit more fun. So now like this is just acting as your fill light, but this is gonna be your main light, because I know you like that side. So we'll light you with that in mind. Perfect. This is gonna be a little closer to you, but we'll do both. Let's do close up first. I'm a sucker, I love close up. Close up's amazing. Yeah, just right there is good. Let me see your face. Oh yeah, oh, this looks so good. Yay. It like looks so good on you.
So this is more like headshot type
lighting.
Look. Okay.
Yeah, it just gives you like a little bit more. It enhances cheekbones, it enhances jawline, and it's also gonna have like more light in your eyes too, and like fill in anything here. So we'll be goodies.
Oh, I don't look so sleepy.
Yeah, let's turn that down. Let's go 5. Now this is where the trolls will start coming and be like, Vanessa, you should have a light meter, but you know what? I don't want to. Yeah, that's it. Beautiful. I love where you just looked. That was it. Good. And then tilt your head a little. So keep that direction. Tilt your head this way. And then eye to me. Good. Slightly bring your nose back. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Right there. And then hit your eye spot. Tilt towards me like, yes, 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 yes. So good. Good. You are getting the rotation of expressions down. I love it. Amazing. Oh, I love that with your hand in the hair. Let me back up a little bit. Nice, love it. Let's do some playing with your hair.
Okay.
I love when it's all here and almost come like behind. So you almost like give it like a little bit more volume. Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. That looks amazing. Do the little head tilt the other way. Good. Perfect. And then go so this way, and then think hair falling. That's it. Good. And the smile. Amazing. Perfect. Okay.
Love it.
Let me get just a couple full body, and then we can, then you'll be done with these. So come a little bit.
Like this?
Yeah, I just want, with the more separation in your legs, it'll make you look taller.
Okay.
Yep. And yeah, I love the arch. Maybe lean towards me. Try the other way. I like that. Keep your hips like that, but yeah, move your head around. Yes, that's it. And then just your eyes up to me. That's perfect. Cute. Let's go ahead and jump into some editing. Before we get any further in this video, let me tell you about this video sponsor, Squarespace. I have been using Squarespace for probably over a decade. Squarespace is a platform where you can create beautiful custom websites in just a few minutes. Choose from a plethora of templates where you can easily plug and play your own work. It's an all-in-one platform for building your brand and growing your business online. We all know that an online presence is crucial for your brand, so build one that stands out. Head over to this link for my exclusive 10% discount on your first domain at Squarespace. Now back to the video. All right, so here are our photos. We're really just looking for ones where she looks like herself. You know, we could have the smile or not have the smile as far as the full body goes. I prefer something like this, a little bit pleasant to show you don't have, you know, resting bitch face, which Victoria does not. So I'm just going to grab one of those, and then we want to show her true profile. I think I'm going to go ahead and show here. I think this is a good true profile for her. We could do this, but I feel like you get all of her curves out of this photo without having to do the hand on the hip thing, which is great. I think that's like a plus and something that's awesome for her. So those would be the two full body I would choose. And then let's go ahead and grab some of the close-ups. Again, I just love the pleasant one, or you know what? Probably this one actually, because she's got such a killer smile. We want to show that off. So I'm going to actually take that one out because we ended up liking the full body that had lips closed. So let's go with the full smile for the close-up. And then also, again, we want to show a 3/4 here. We already showed the profile in the full length. So let's show a 3/4 here. And we're looking for this. We're looking for right about here. This actually is a little bit too far off. I don't want her nose cutting off her eye in any way. This is more like what I'm trying not to do. So this is okay, but let's see. I think we have a better example. Yeah, about there. So see how her nose here is not cutting off her eye at all. That's what we're going for as far as head position. That's a good one. I think that might have been my favorite one there. Now we do have some other ones here where I did have her move better, but again, for like a strict modeling card, they want to see what you actually look like when you're not posing and when you're not letting anything else take over. Now I'm going to edit these. I'm not going to Photoshop them. I'm not going to like, you know, nip tuck, change skin, all of those things. Oh, hang on, please hold. Canon's calling. Sorry about that. When Canon calls, I have to pick up. Okay, let's go through and just pull. If I wanted to show off a little bit more pose angles, what I would pull, what I like. I do like that one. I like this side angle that we have here. And then of course we've got the great smile. Do like that side angle with the hip. I like the chin down in this one right here. I think this serious face is super cute. And then let's get some where we were having her pose more here. Remember going up with her hands and then not liking it as much. So we pulled it down. This one I like, definitely need to crop it. And then, you know, her natural angle too. I do like these. Ooh. That one's pretty. Her natural angle is here. Like she loves to go to that side. That's her favorite side of the face. Oh, but that's beautiful. Okay. And then from there, we went on and we did these because it just, oh my God, like her eyes just absolutely pop. How absolutely stunning. Oh, she's just stunning. Okay. So we'll grab that one. And again, maybe we want to pull. So I think I'm not going to pull some of the side ones. And maybe this would be one that we would have on a separate card or a separate upload or something. So I just want to pull out the ones that really show off her eyes, maybe her smile. because these are the ones that we changed the shirt like for that reason, to pull out her eyes and to pull a little bit more of like her personality in there. So like she looks super cute here. I have a feeling she'll think she looks too scrunched, but I think it looks great versus the other smile. They're both great. And then this is like looking off and it's okay, but her eye contact is just so great. Oh, like this. That's stunning. So, oh, and even this. Yeah, like that, like soft smile, little smirk. Oof. Oh, see, this is the problem here, because when we're photographing models, it's like, of course, everyone's gorgeous and they know what to do with their face. And even Victoria's newer model, she used to model a few years ago, but oh, so cute. So cute. But trying to keep too, remember, we're showing off like modeling cards. We're showing off her characteristics that people are going to potentially want to hire her for. So like her hair would be another characteristic, which is why we did these right here. So I think those are great. And let's see, do we want to grab any more of these? I do like that one, maybe that one. And then we've got the full length, but honestly, the full length, I'm okay not, and that's another video, not showing too much of those. So these are all other videos you guys will have to check out here on the channel, or maybe on Canon's YouTube channel. Okay, so let's go ahead and just narrow down for the 4 slot, right? That 4 photo modeling card that you would have. And then on the other side, you would potentially have the more personality photo. So for me personally, like this is a must. We have to show off her smile. And I think that's probably the best one. Maybe this one. We want to show off her profile for sure. Like that's a must for me. And then I don't know. I think maybe instead of just straight on, let's go for maybe this one would be a contender. I would say not that one because I like her smile on the other. Yeah. And I think a legs separate is going to be better than legs crisscross, because again, this is showing off for the modeling agency like what she's like in person. I do love that photo, but we're gonna skip that. Okay, and then we want to go for a close-up. So we did have this close-up with a smile, and I think it's gorgeous. We also have this 3/4, which I'm gonna put as a contender because we do want to show that angle of her face. Yeah, and I like these, but I think we're just going to go with that. So this would be the 4-up. And the only thing I'm going to do with these is I'm going to pull up and just like center them appropriately and adjust exposure so they're all consistent. So let's go do that. Okay, so the last thing I want to do here, I'm just going to go through and do a crop so everything's nice and centered. I am going to crop these a little, you know, well, we can see her hair in the other ones, right? Like we can see how long her hair is. Yes, good. Okay, so we're going to go to here and we're just going to crop up our close-up ones a little bit more. I'm going to base it on this one because this is the one that shows off the 3/4. So we want that, about that. I'm wondering if I want to make it just, I think we're going to go here. Yeah, so we can get more of a close-up of her face, which is really what we want to do. And let's go ahead to this one and we'll kind of just match that same closeness. So getting a little bit, getting the smile, getting a little bit here. So now we have pretty even exposures here, but just because she moved and the light was a little bit brighter or darker because of where she was in relation to the background, some of these have the background that are not totally white, or at least as white as I would like. So I'm actually going to go ahead, and I have an adaptive scene one here that I'm just going to pick blur background. It's just for the sake of automatically selecting the background, which I could go select it here, but it also cleans up the background a little bit. And then I'm going to bring my highlights up. So just, oops, gotta select it. Just in this one, we're gonna bring the highlights up. And then from there, let's go to sync actually for these 3, because then that's gonna bring this up and I can hit check none and then just do the masking with my blur background and what I did. And it should correctly do that for me on all 3. So let's just look real quick with the mask. Boop. It's just brightening it a little bit. This one needs to have a little bit more of selection because it tends to not select that part of the background. So we can go ahead and add to this. quick add with my brush. And it doesn't have to be super perfect because we're just cleaning it up a little bit. And I know I have her feet selected. It's okay. I'm just going to subtract. It won't even really affect that much. Oops. Because I'm really only going to be dealing with the highlights. So I don't have to worry too much about it. Let's go ahead. Now we can see that pulled it up. I'll pull up the whites. And again, it's not really messing around with her actual skin tones or anything. If I did shadows, then you'll see where it starts to do that. But that's fine for me. I think this now is a little bit more even. Let's take a look. I think I need to change one, but let's look. Yeah, I think this one I just need to pull up right here. Otherwise, it looks pretty darn good. And you know, there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. I'm kind of doing it the really slower way, honestly. You could do this in Evoto. You could actually, Evoto would be a great way to correct this, but I'm just already here in Photoshop. So I'm just going to stay here and do that. Actually, you know what? We really do need to bring this into Evoto. We really do. Yep. Hang on. So everything that I just did here, we could have done in like seconds, literally seconds. I'm horrible. Okay. Let's just finish what I gotta do here. Okay. So it did select where we wanted. Let's just pull up shadows a little, whites. All right. So this is how we would end up if we were just messing around here. And I think that's pretty good. I think I might want to center her a little bit more. You just want it like overall consistent. I do think the exposure needs to come up ever so slightly. There we go. Now I feel better about that. So that's pretty good right there. If I wanted to, again, we can pull this up into Evoto. So I'll just show you what that looks like. You know, before I go into Evoto, let me go back to the green photos because the 4 typical modeling cards, you know, those I'm not going to retouch, but I do want to have at least one of these photos retouched that are more the character type photo of a headshot. So it's just something with a little bit more character, and we could retouch that one. So let's go ahead and just pick the favorites. Okay, so good thing to note, you can have raw files here in Evoto, and you can also have JPEGs, and I alternate between the two. Sometimes I use the JPEGs, actually very often I use the JPEGs because they're just some things I feel like doing in Lightroom with the presets that I have there, and then there are things that I like doing here in Evoto. So really quickly, just these right here. I did clean up the background for the most part. Let's go with this one because this one's a little, you can see some of the texture and some of the dots, you know, on the cyc wall. So I'm just going to come over here to the background. We're going to tap clean solid background, and you can see it immediately just pulled them off. If you wanted to, you could take rid of the color banding, although you're not going to really see color banding here. And this background enhancement, you're not going to notice either. A little, I mean, very slow. Actually, it's detecting her hair, which is kind of awesome. Oh, that's kind of fun. All right, so this is really, really a great tool, and I can use that on any of these here. I usually end up using it. Actually, let me just show you this photo right here. Let me show you the before. Here it is. Look at that background beforehand. Look at all that it did. Look at the cyc wall over here, right there. Look right there. All of the, like the different paint, all the different textures. It's just incredible what it can do. And this is a full before and after. I did some things like fluffing her hair, but look at the background difference. It's crazy. Anyway, so that would have saved me a lot of time if I just wasn't in Lightroom. But those are the 4 photos. I'm not going to retouch these. So those were just to show you the background and what we can do. But these raw files, now these I'm going to retouch. Although, my God, look at it. You don't even need it. Girl, Victoria, you need 0 retouching. But let's just show off what we can do here. So we're going to go to high end. That's one of my favorite retouches. Just going to tap and it's done. There's your before, there's your after. There's your before, there's your after. And of course we can go in and do anything that we want to. So I'm going to go just into here. We can, this is a fixed oily face, so we can reduce some of the shine on her nose if we want to. We can back off some of the skin smoothing, which I tend to like to do because I want to see a little bit of texture. I also like backing off this neck wrinkle. She really, look at this, she doesn't even have any, but I feel like it should match a little bit, 2 of them. The smile line, you could do more or less. So this is all the things that it did. So I think let's mess with the eyes. So we can go brighter with her eyes if we want to, or darker. We don't want to look unnatural. Her eyes are already bright. I mean, look at the before. Look how like saturated they are, but it just cleans them up a little bit. And then we can go ahead and mess with the makeup, which you don't really need to that much. But if you really wanted to get in here, you can go with the lipstick and we can change what color lipstick she has on. I think her lip color is absolutely perfect. So I'm not going to do that. If anything, I would do this one maybe just to enhance a little bit, but back it off. Again, lips before and after, just like a little bit of color and smoothing there. We don't see her body, so we don't need to do any full body reshaping. Teeth touch up, maybe not. I mean, you could. I don't think we want to go any whiter with her teeth, but you can if you want to. Maybe just a smidge. All right, and now from here, we were on this one, right? And then we're just gonna go and select this one and hit sync. And it's gonna do all the things I wanted for all three of them. And they're all going to look amazing. So there's the before and there's the after. Before, after. And this one I'm actually going to crop. I feel like most of these actually I want to crop because I want it to be just her face for the most part. Now I want to show off a little more of her hair. And it's funny, in the crop, especially if I'm going more. There we go. Yeah, definitely split the difference. Especially if I'm going for more of a close-up, it kind of ends up telling me like which photo I like the best. So I don't want to see her hands here, her hands here. Might be okay, but let's take a look. All right, I think, again, I want to show off the length of her hair. So maybe here, or maybe the whole thing. Maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about because I do like showing off her waist. So something like that. And then that's the last one, before and after. It really is incredible. Just one click takes away all. She's not wearing any makeup here, with the exception of a little bit. We popped her eyes a little bit. Yeah, look at that. So good. So good. All right, let's hit crop on this one because I do want to come in. I can chop off the shoulder a little. There we go. Oof, so good. So I'm going to go ahead and export my favorite one. What one should we put? Oh, it's such a hard decision. Well, we know these are the ones that they're getting. So they get a full smile. They get that 3/4. I feel like this one, right? Just shows off her hair, or this one. I don't know. I'll make that decision later. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful for you, showing off a modeling card. After this, you know, you would just throw it into the modeling card template. You would probably just throw it into modeling card template, something like along these lines. I was kind of, these, you know, are good modeling cards, but they're not like the ones that I was going for. Like they're all gorgeous, you know, good job. But I was looking, what we're doing in this is to mimic like a standard modeling card where it's really just showing life, which of course I can't even find right now. How funny. Oh, here it is. Basically one like this one, where it's very like somewhat plain, right? That's what we're trying to do. That was our goal for today. That ones are great. So you just plop this in one of these, download it, print it, you know, do whatever it is that agencies want to submit. Hope you love the video. Hit like, subscribe, ring the bell. Check out Evoto and my presets too. Bye.